When David became old and frail, he was always cold. Blankets didn't seem to help, so they decided to give him a nurse that could sleep with him. They chose a beautiful virgin who became his nurse and was with him constantly and even slept with him. But they didn't have sex. Adonijah. Adonijah was David's fourth oldest son. He was the younger brother of Absalom and was just as handsome as his older brother. David didn't discipline Adonijah and didn't even correct him. When David became bedridden, Adonijah said, "I'll be the next king of Israel." He hired 50 bodyguards to run ahead of his chariot as he rode through the streets. He asked Joab to help him and even enlist the help of the high priest. But not everyone supported him, which included Nathan the prophet. Adonijah hosted a large banquet, invited everybody that supported him, invited all of his brothers and David's servants, and he invited the officials of Judah. But he did not invite those who didn't support him, again, which included Nathan the prophet. And he didn't invite Solomon. Nathan went and talked to Solomon's mother, Bathsheba, and told her what was going on. He said, "David doesn't know that Adonijah has made himself king. And if we don't do something, Adonijah will have you and your son executed." So they planned out on how they were going to tell David. It started by Bathsheba going into his bedroom where his nurse was taking care of him. She said, "My lord, I thought you told me that Solomon would be the next king of Israel. Well, Adonijah has just made himself king. All of Israel is waiting to see who you have selected to be king. If you don't do that before you die, then Solomon and I will be killed as criminals." Just then, Nathan come rushing in and said, "My lord the king, you didn't tell me that you had made Adonijah the king of Israel. Right now, they're having a large banquet where they're eating and drinking and saying, 'Long live the king.' This includes the officials of Israel. Some of us weren't invited to the banquet. I thought you would have told me about this decision." Then David turned to Bathsheba, said, "As the Lord lives, Solomon will be the next king of Israel. It will happen today." He then gave instructions to his servants and to the priest and to Nathan the prophet. He said, "Put Solomon on my personal mule. Take him to the place where you will anoint him king. Then place him on the royal throne, and everyone shout, 'Long live King Solomon.'" They followed these instructions, and as soon as they made him king, the people rushed out into the streets, shouting, playing flutes, and celebrating. The people at Adonijah's banquet heard all of the commotion out on the streets and didn't know what was going on. Men ran into the banquet and said, "David has just made Solomon king of Israel. Right now, he's sitting on the royal throne." Wow, people of the banquet heard this, they just simply went home. Adonijah was terrified what Solomon would do to him. He rushed to the tabernacle, grabbed a hold of the horns of the altar. He sent a message to Solomon and said, I am your slave. Please promise me that you'll not kill me. Solomon sent a message back. He said, I won't kill you if you prove to be a man of character. But if not, I will have you executed. Adonijah quickly went and bowed down before Solomon and gave him all the honor of the next king of Israel.